Hey, it's Naftali Visser here, and thank you so much for joining me for day 4 of the Humans Working Marathon. If you don't know what this is about, go check out day 1. All right, today's topic is why culture matters. All right, why do we want to develop great cultures in companies? Now, it seems like perhaps a self-evident question, but let me dig into it a little bit. So, culture is not something that is separate from your business, right? And so many businesses view it as that, right? It's like we'll develop our product and then we'll develop a culture, or it's like something to bolt on. And even if culture is thought about from the beginning, it's often thought about as an outside in, right? In the two days ago, in day number 2, I described sort of the outside in versus the inside out paradigm. And in this entire series of videos, all we're talking about is the inside out paradigm. But my point here is many companies will think about culture in an outside in kind of way. Now, that may be that they think that culture is about having a free lunch and a pool table and maybe something like good benefits or an open vacation policy or something like that, right? Or they may think about it as, you should be nice to people, right? Which is obviously a fine thing, right? But still, it's behavior-based, right? Now, what I'm talking about is creating a culture of understanding, right? I don't even care what kind of culture you build. I have a preference, but I'm not even saying you should create a loving culture, right? Or a customer-first culture, right? Or an every man for himself culture, right? Or a culture that has no hate or no violence I'm not saying I have no preference for any of this stuff. But I am saying that if you address culture at the level of behavior, you're never going to get to where you want to go. You're never going to get to a great culture. What I'm positing here is that the strength of a culture is directly related to the extent that people get this understanding, right? So I've worked with executives, I've worked with companies, I've worked with my company, obviously. I've been manager or director, whatever, in other companies, and I've just seen how this works, right? When people understand where their experience is coming from, everything changes. The way that people treat each other changes. The way that people deal with adversity changes. People's resilience goes through the roof, right? So I'm just going to read to you a little bit here. So here's some concrete benefits of a strong culture, right? You can solve problems you've been struggling with for a long time, even if you've already tried expensive consultants, right? And just want to talk about this for a minute. I've seen this happen over and over. Right? People have been banging their head against the wall for weeks, months, years on problems. And once we just get them to settle down over the course of a few days to understand this paradigm, ideas come flooding in. They're able to solve problems that they haven't been able to solve in so long. Kind of in that way, like when you're taking a shower and the answer to something you've been pondering for weeks just hits you in the head, right? That's available 24/7, and that's kind of what this book is about, all right? Here's some other concrete benefits, all right? You can notice that there's an opportunity in a downturn, even if you don't immediately know what that specific opportunity is. People become more loving, tolerant, peaceful, engaged, and productive, right? Now, you may think that that sounds all fruity and lovey and all that kind of stuff. And it does. But I promise you, people are at their best when they are in this mood, right? Nobody goes out and hits a mailbox with a baseball bat on their best day, right? When they're feeling great after a wedding, that doesn't happen. People do that kind of stuff when they're in a really low state of mind, okay? And so this book is about showing you how to understand where your experience is coming from and how that will elevate you to a higher state of mind. This book is not about getting in state or pushing yourself to have a great mindset or no negativity. Not about that at all. It's about how the tide rises for everybody with new understanding. Here's another benefit. People seem to disappear. Problems seem to disappear by themselves. Loyalty, personal growth, and company growth happen without having to focus on them. Quote unquote, bad morale never seems like something that needs to be fixed. A sense of ease, clarity, and flow, not of having to grit your teeth to get through. All right?